right, here's our entrance. Here's the opening. This is where we're gonna have drape right here, along this area, all the way to the desk. And then they didn't say to drape this area out. And back to the front door. These games will all be on and accessible. Our first area here. This will be pipe and drape along this area. This room will possibly be used as coat check area, but they were not sure on that. All of these games will be on and accessible. This room will be closed from what Thomas said. All of these games will be on and accessible. We come to the restrooms on the right here. It's kind of, both of them are dingy, and so we need to add some kind of decor and liven them up a little bit. Also, the hallway's a little bit dead as well, but here is the women's restroom that we can liven up a little bit. Heading back out. So this opening will not be pipe and drape. This remains open. This goes into the gaming area. They will have access to these two games here, and this area will be pipe and drape right here, and they will have access to all of these games along the wall. And then this gaming area is a little room off to the side, will also be open. We're gonna come back out to the hallway towards the restrooms. Here is the shooting gallery that they mentioned will be popular with City. All of these games along the wall will be accessible. This is the laser tag area that we will pipe and drape. We have measurements on all the pipe and drape needed to close this area off. No laser tag for this event. And we have games along both sides of the wall. This is heading towards the back exit here, and there's a little doorway in the back that will lead to our food area, which is where we'll be doing most of our stuff. She really hates these tables, obviously. So we will be removing all of these tables and bringing in tables with our linens. They said that they are most likely going to do a buffet style, most likely maybe along one of the walls here. And then this area will be seated for eating food. Now at the buffet, obviously we need to get rid of that trash can. I guess we can make a determination whether or not this kind of nasty white drape stays up along the walls. Maybe we can do something with that. This area has the potential, if they need more seating, since it's 30 people, we could probably make it work in this room. I forgot the exact measurements in here. I believe it was like 37 foot by 25 feet is just the food room. But we do have this extension wall that can be pulled on both sides and can open up. If they want to keep it open, this is going into the billiards room. As far as the billiards room goes, we would have, most likely, I'm assuming they're gonna have their bar over here, which we need to shop out a quote for a bar set up as well. They already have catering and a bartender hired. I believe that they will have all the pool tables accessible and having people play pool during the event. So we need, in this area, we would need high boys as well with floral. The other thing is in the food area, also all the tables, maybe put in some nice rounds with some nice chairs, floral for sure, centerpieces, and everything would need to be built into this room. And then right out here in this area, whether or not it's open or closed, we would put some high boys in here so that if, people wanted to hang out by the bar area or along the pool area. Then we're walking towards the doors that I'm assuming they will just keep open during the event. So that's looking back at the billiards, and we're back into the game room. This wall, which will require about between 18 and 20 foot of drape, will be draped off completely, pretty much from this end piece right here over to the corner, to the back of this game right here, will all be draped off. And then they'll have access to these two games right here. When you're coming out, here's the billiard doors right there. You're coming into this area, they have access to all these games along the wall. And then you're coming down this section. We're pretty much assuming that these executives will not be using this at all. They do not need it pipe and draped. They're okay with this area remaining open, just as far as this piece goes. They will have access to these games here, obviously the basketballs, and then here is the bumper car area. So this is the bumper car area. Now headed into this room, Thomas and I had spoke about putting some high boys. So you have the basketball game here, and then putting some high boys in this region somewhere, maybe scattered high boys so that people could come in here with their drinks and they could watch people on the bumper cars. The one thing that we did talk about is kind of how this back wall is pretty ugly. Also, at the moment, I don't know if it was just because of the most recent rain, but we have all of this is wet floor. So I would think, plus we have these older machines sitting here. So what I think we should do is pipe and drape from this corner and put the drape towards the back along this line, and then have drape from this section over to somewhere right in here, or just lock it off to the middle of the two gaming areas. And then that would drape off this whole back area so you wouldn't be able to see any of that. And then what we could do is just put high boys in this area with nice floral arrangements and do all of that. So, Thomas didn't mention any kind of branding or any ideas here. I think that it's going to be more kind of just a fun thing to have the bumper cars available.